Left arm on mine keeps popping off.
Hello, what is up JMA fans? Josh here speaking, back again with another stop motion review. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Aizawa Shota from the hit anime series My Hero Academia. If you've been following this channel for quite a while, you guys already know that I love this series to death and that I will do anything to get my hands on every figure Revoltech has to offer. But anyways, enough about that, and let's bust this thing open and see how the figure looks like. Okay, so here we have Class 1A's homeroom teacher, Aizawa Shota, also known as Eraserhead, out of the packaging. I know I've said this a couple times already, but man, Revoltech just keeps getting better every time they release a new figure. The facial features on this are looking more and more close to its source material, and just the overall look of this figure is very anime accurate. Except maybe for the belt. I'm pretty sure his belt has a less saturated color in the anime, although after doing a bit of research, I've realized that even statues of Aizawa has the same type of blue color on his belt. Over time, it has grown on me and it doesn't bother me as much. However, it does stand out a bit, and if given a choice, I would prefer if they went with the lighter color like in the anime, because it just fits Aizawa's character as well. He doesn't like standing out, so more than likely the colors of his costume wouldn't stand out much either. In fact, he'd probably rather go to bed than be a part of this YouTube video. Anyways, moving on to his accessories, Aizawa Sensei does come with a pretty good amount, way more than I thought actually. First off, we do get 5 pairs of hands and an extra pointing finger hand. From the box, of course, we get a pair of fists, a pair of thumbs up hands, a pair of open palm hands, 2 gripping hands for his capture weapon, another 2 gripping hands for his knife, a pair of hands that are meant to plug onto his pants to give the illusion that he has his hands in his pockets. Then he also comes with a single pointing finger hand that can also be used to hold onto a certain set of accessory, which are these 3 pieces of documents. These are just actual paper, by the way, so do be careful with it. You know what's interesting is that I didn't even know Aizawa was supposed to come with this accessory, like it wasn't shown in the box, and I don't remember it being advertised on the promo images either. Anyways, according to the instruction, these papers can fit onto the pointing finger hand, which does work pretty fine, although his index finger is going to stick out a bit. Something I do want to point out is that the wrist pegs on this figure does tend to stick with the hands rather than the arm. So I suggest holding onto the joint when pulling off the hands to make it stay on there. It seems like this tend to happen with Revoltech figures that has a feature to put hands in their pockets, because Hawk's is actually the same case. For facial expressions, we do get a total of 5 different faceplates. A shout out to this person who reminded me that I forgot to mention Kirishima's exclusive bonus accessory from my previous review. Apparently, Aizawa also had an exclusive item himself, and his is an extra happy expression that they are calling blurred face. Just so you know, I only bought the standard edition. While this so-called blurred face is a nice addition to a set of faceplates, it's just not something I need. I mean, you'll have to pay an extra $20 to $30 for a small piece of plastic? No thanks, Kyoto. Anyways, his first faceplate is this neutral, serious face. It comes with the same exact face, but this time looking to the side. It comes with a cheeky, smiling face. That is also the reason why I didn't get the exclusive bonus, since we already got a smiling face by default. It comes with another serious face where his eyes are glowing red. This is for when his quirk is activated and he's erasing someone's abilities. But of course, when Aizawa uses his quirk, his hair magically starts to float, which is why we also get an alternate head to recreate that effect. There's also an alternate front hairpiece with the goggles on for this specific head, which I'll be showing how it looks in just a sec. He also comes with another quirk activated face looking to the other side, and 1 angry teeth gritted face looking forward. And so now to use the goggles, you just pop off the front hairpiece and replace it with the one with the goggles. According to the instructions, we're supposed to use this extra scarf piece with this particular head. To swap it out, you're first gonna have to pop the head off, take this piece out, unplug the middle section right here, and replace that part with the other one. And then this is how it actually looks like.
Amazing!
Personally, I think it wasn't really necessary for them to add an extra scarf piece for this, because the default one can work for both, although these pieces do make each head look a lot more natural when put in the right order, so in the end, it's basically just options, which is great. We also get this knife pouch which can easily plug onto the hole on the back of his belt. There's also a version of it that doesn't have the knife in it, and then we of course have the knife itself, which can be attached onto the knife grabbing hands. Moving on to his main weapon, as you can see, Aizawa does come with a variety of parts for different poses. 2 parts are already attached on the figure's back using ball joints, and these are the 2 main parts for when he's not in combat. To swap it out, we're gonna unplug these parts and replace it with these V-shaped ones. As you can see, these parts are actually made out of a very flexible material, so when you plug these onto the weapon grabbing hands, you can just pose them however you like. Depending on what type of pose you are aiming for, you can either choose from a pair of long straight pieces or a more wavy / dynamic looking ones. By the way, compared to the V-shaped parts, these 2 pairs are actually a more solid plastic, so don't even try bending these parts unless you want to break them. So just pick a piece of your choice, plug it onto the other side of his hand, and damn. I've gotta say man, mixing and matching all these different parts for his capture weapon is an experience. Like you literally just put him on different angles, different pairs, and boom! You get a pretty neat pose of Eraserhead in action. Also, I just discovered as I was editing the video that you can actually use the knife grabbing hands to hold onto his main weapon, which can work for other dynamic poses like when he's pulling the strap or whatever you can think of. And lastly, for the accessories, of course this figure does come with your standard Revoltech stand as well as an extra peg and a clip to attach to it. Alright, so now moving on to articulation. As always when it comes to Revoltech, the range of articulation on these figures are insane. And if you've already owned the other Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero figures, you pretty much know already this is going to be very poseable. The only problem I really have is that the left arm on mine keeps popping off. Like way too much, it's actually annoying. Same thing with the belt actually, although I can handle the belt, it doesn't pop off as much as the arm. This issue could just be from mine, which is very unfortunate for me, but if yours doesn't have this issue, then good for you. For some height comparisons, here's Aizawa next to some other pro heroes from the same line. We got Endeavor, Hawks, and All Might. It's actually pretty cool that Amazing Yamaguchi is not just giving us the students of My Hero, but also a lot of the pro heroes as well. I'm so excited to see the color version of Mirko. Next, here we have him alongside his students, also from the same line, and yeah, all of these figures look so good together. I think the height of Aizawa is pretty good, he's actually taller than all of them, which he should, because he's the adult. Here he is next to some of the Figma My Hero Academia figures, and as you can see, he does scale pretty well with these 2. So if you're someone who only bought the Figma line of My Hero, and for whatever reason skipped out on the Revoltech figs, then you can fit him alongside these figures. Next, here we have him alongside a bunch of SH Figuarts. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Deadpool and a custom Nomu in the Marvel Legends Venom movie body. Finally, here he is next to the McFarlane Platinum Edition All for One, which is a figure I had to spend import price just to get. Thanks so much Todd McDonald's for making it harder for us to get this figure. Ugh. So as for the conclusion of this review, overall this is a very fun figure and I actually really liked it way more than I thought I would. No matter what poses you put this figure in, it always feels like it's moving due to the very unique way these accessories were executed. Some accessories that I wish was included on here but wasn't are a version of his weapon that you can attach to any other figure, giving the illusion that he captured them. And to go with it, just one serious face that is looking downward because Aizawa does like to look down on his students. But even without those specific accessories, I still think that what we got is pretty good. I would recommend this figure to every single collector watching this video if only his arm didn't pop off every 5 seconds. Bruh. But taking into consideration that this could only be an issue on my figure specifically, then you definitely have to get this figure. It's awesome. Plus, it's Aizawa. You know, he may not be the #1 hero of Japan, or his quirk may not be as flashy as Endeavor's, but Eraserhead is a badass man. He's basically the Kakashi of My Hero Academia, and if you're a fan of this series, you know you gotta have this figure. Anyways, that's it for the review. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, please be sure to give it a like. I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below if you're planning on buying this figure, and if you already have it. Let me know if it has the same issues as mine because I'm really curious. If you're new here, I make stop motion contents mostly based on animes, although right now I am working on a Spider-Man vs. Venom stop motion, and I am trying to finish it as soon as possible so I could work on my next projects. So until that video comes out, you can watch some of my other work by clicking on one of the links right here. And yeah, that's about it. Please subscribe. Peace out.